I'm so sorry.
I would say that's very typical for how things usually go in this relationship.
Hello friends, and welcome to this short series of videos where we will be answering some questions about our relationship as a lesbian couple. I'm Jackie.
I'm Anya.
And we look forward to getting into these questions and hopefully getting to know each other a bit more. And then hopefully you will get to know us a bit in the process as well. All right, first question. What did you first notice about each other?
I think the very first thing I noticed about you was definitely your eyes, because the first time we met wasn't in person. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
I saw a picture of you online back when online forums was a big thing. And you had these huge green photoshopped
as I do
enhanced eyes, and I just fell immediately very much in love with you.
I think maybe the first thing I noticed about you was your kind of devil-may-care attitude that I think you've really brought to the table in a big way, and which you've continued to consistently bring to this competition. No, I don't think I ever, at that point in my life, had met someone as sure of themselves as you were.
I was a very confident 15-year-old.
Definitely,
Yep.
Definitely. Second question, when is your anniversary?
It's the 10th of October, and of this year, on our anniversary, we are getting married.
Yes, we are. How long have you guys been together?
Yeah, so we've been together for 12 years this October. So ever since 2008 we started dating, when I was 15 and Jackie was 17.
Yeah. Were either of you out before getting together?
Yeah, that's a yes.
Yeah.
I had not put any words on my identity, but I was dating a girl before I dated you. So I guess, yeah.
I was out as sort of bisexual, queer, something back then. I was not at a point where I considered myself a full-blown lesbian or sort of really open about my gender identity. That has sort of changed in the first couple of years when we were together.
Yeah.
Were you friends before becoming a couple?
We were not.
No.
We hardly knew each other, actually. Yeah. As I said, we knew each other a bit online before we started dating, and we were kind of in the same subculture community back then. So we knew each other kind of secondary through friends. We were always at the same events, at the same parties, did the same stuff. And I was madly in love with you from day one of seeing you online, and ever since then.
Things I knew about you before we started dating. You were definitely, present. You gave me the time of day, and that was really nice. And so when we started dating, I got to know you.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
When is your girlfriend's birthday, and who is the eldest one?
So my girlfriend's birthday is on the 20th of July. So she's a Cancer, and she fits all the parameters, and she's a little bit older than me.
My girlfriend is a Capricorn to the T. Your birthday is on the 7th of January.
Yeah, winter child.
Winter child.
It's in the complexion.
What is the typical date night like for you?
I would say if we actually say like, okay, today we go on a date, then we often go do things like go to a museum or some kind of like go see something, and then we often eat at some nice restaurant.
But I feel like a lot of the time our date nights sort of just is about us being together, in the same space at the same time, being present with each other.
Yeah.
So it's not always about going out and doing something.
No, exactly.
Have a lot of date nights just on our couch over there.
And it's more like date night is more of to be more conscious when we are doing things together, because we do
True.
basically everything together.
Yeah.
So sometimes if we want to emphasize like the date aspect, then it's more of putting the phones away and just like being a little more consciously.
That's true.
Together.
Do you live together?
We do live together. This is our apartment. We have lived together for just after a year.
Yeah, our first year together, we called the proverbial U-Haul in the form of your mother.
Yeah.
And I went to live at your place.
Yeah, with my parents. So we lived together in my room at my parents' place for
3 years.
3 years until I finished high school, and then we moved out to this lovely place together.
Whose family do you hang out with more?
That would be my family.
That would be yours. That is especially true because Anya's parents has a second house where we go for holidays, sometimes extended weekends, spending time with them. So just because of that, we see them more.
Yeah. Also, my mom is our good friend, both of us, and we hang out a lot with my mom, actually.
She's very involved.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Have you ever found yourselves correcting others that you don't have a boyfriend?
Oh boy.
Have you?
Pretty much anyone. The Danish term for boyfriend or girlfriend is basically translated to dearest one, so it's gender neutral.
Yeah, so when you speak to someone about your partner, about your boyfriend or girlfriend, you use an ungendered term, which in many regards is really nice, but it's actually my girlfriend. I have to sometimes aggressively bring up pronouns when they have sometimes assumed that I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, and it's often like if you're on the phone, they say, "Oh, then what does he do?"
Yeah,
like because they assume
exactly
it's a man, and then you have to like do that thing where you try to put in stick that pronoun in there, like, well, she is blah blah blah.
Exactly. But I usually find that if you correct people, they will sort of be like, "Oh, I made a mistake," and then correct themselves going forward.
Like you just it throws you off a little bit because you have to be like,
exactly. Have you ever been mistaken as sisters?
We sure have. Especially a lot in the beginning when we were younger, because we had like the same haircut and dyed our hair the same way and wore the same makeup and similar clothing styles.
Yeah.
It's like every time we went out somewhere, it would be a very usual comment. To me, I don't have a sister, but if I did, I would think it was quite strange that people asked me all the time if I was with my sister. So I'm assuming that people find it a little bit strange and try to figure out why we're that close.
Exactly, that must be the natural relation. Does anyone you know disapprove of your relationship?
Nope.
No.
Not to our knowledge, at least.
No.
We never had any bad comments. We never had anyone who said they disapproved, not our immediate family or our extended family.
Friends?
No. So, yeah. If they did, they never said that to our face.
No, step forward and we'll cut you out.
Yep. Chop, chop.
How much PDA do you do?
The answer is a lot.
A lot.
We hold hands all the time in public or link arms.
Yeah.
And we're not afraid of kisses, rubbing noses.
What is your girlfriend's middle name?
So my girlfriend's middle name is Vesterhope, which directly translated means something like Western Hope, which sounds...
Sounds like a warning signal here, but I promise you it has nothing to do with like ethno-nationalism or something.
Nothing at all. It's a very old name, I'm suspecting. She's from Jutland, and this sounds very much like a name from Jutland. Born out of the rich soils.
The rich soils of Jutland.
Yeah.
It's sand.
It's all sand.
Yeah. And my girlfriend's name is Wild, which is oddly fitting because you're very wild. So literally Wild is a middle name. It makes for great puns and name-related humor.
The middle names in Denmark are usually not
names?
Name names, yeah. They're usually surnames, but we don't like have Jackie Ann Vesterhope.
No,
it's like we don't have multiple first names.
Well, some do.
Yeah, some do, but they don't use them as we often hear from American culture.
That's true.
That it's like a secret little spicy name.
Who usually pays when you go out to eat?
So that would be you.
That would be me.
Because we've always done the thing where the one of us who has the most money would pay for whatever stuff we do. And lately, the past few years, while you've finished your education, that's been you.
Yeah.
And also, I'm a very stingy person. I don't like spending money, so it's a treat when we do that.
Sure is.
Yeah, and I can't justify the
expense.
No,
so that's true.
So that's why it's often Jackie who pays when we do anything fun.
Do you have any pet names for each other?
We must have about 1 million pet names for
I think
each
so.
other.
Mouse, in any kind of constellation. Prune, porridge, poop, honey, treasure. But it'll be like mixed and matched, so it'll be like Mouseberg,
Sleepy Mouse,
Cutie Poo, Prune, porridge,
Sugar Pie.
I would say many of these, I would say they make more sense in Danish, but in reality
really.
They don't.
Yeah. And it's a kind of a little bit of a different tradition on how to make pet names for each other.
Yeah.
That is a Danish approach,
it's like
I guess.
Nonsensical, and it's riffing on the situation you're in.
Yeah.
Have you ever worn your girlfriend's clothes?
You sure have, haven't you?
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning, we shared clothes a lot, and you especially used a lot of my clothes.
It's true. I was when I first moved in with Anya and her parents, I was in a phase of my life where I didn't really know how to sort of express my gender identity. And I've never gone through like a teenage phase of having magazines helping me with what's hot or not, or chic or stylish.
Yeah, so I helped you a lot with like what to wear to look good and accentuate the shapes you wanted to accentuate and find your look.
Who's more likely to cook a meal?
Jackie.
Yes.
You cook all our food.
I do.
You're so kind.
I find it nice and inspiring and challenging at times, especially because I'm not really a fan of using recipes. I think
that's loser talk.
That's loser talk. No, it's less about what you bring to the table.
You feel more creative, right, when you don't use a recipe.
Exactly.
You like just throwing things together, and it always tastes amazing.
Well, most of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
That's rarely.
What is your girlfriend's favorite food?
So my girlfriend's favorite food is tacos. And that's funny because she's a lesbian. We've had this discussion multiple times because people be like, oh, what's your favorite food? And I'll be like, at some point I asked her, like, what is your favorite food? Because you hate naming your favorite of things, and you love a lot of different stuff. So when I ask you, what is your favorite food? And you're like, you know this about me, it's tacos.
They are warm, they are spicy, they are crunchy because it's hard-shelled, they are fresh, they are crunchy, they are perfect. And my least favorite food?
Canned tuna. You can't stand canned. You like almost everything in the whole world,
except
but not
canned
tuna.
No, I can't tuna. Your favorite food is everything pasta.
That's right. I love pasta.
It's just everything pasta.
That's true.
Which makes it a very easy for me to come up with ideas for dinner. I can usually just get away with doing something pasta related. Your least favorite food is anything containing chili peppers.
Yeah, too spicy for me. I like spices and like spicy food, but not chili spicy.
No.
I cannot eat it. I will have a bad day.
And I will too. Who's more likely to cry for no reason?
See, I would say that
there's always a reason.
I will admit that I cry more, but you cry more for no reason.
That's true.
If I cry, there's always a reason.
I sometimes cry for no reason.
Yeah, and I'm like, honey, what's up? And you just crying, having a little cry. That's fair.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for checking out this first installment of a series of us answering these questions. And the link is somewhere around here or in the description. so you can sort of take part in this and have fun with your partner.
See you in the next video.
Bye.